So glad to have you.
Yeah, so it's a great to be again at the meetup, our annual meetup for TDX.
Yeah, you did this for us in person last year.
That's right. Actually, yesterday. I was like on the same street across from the place we had. We had it at the what's that place called? Um,
Airbnb.
Airbnb. So actually,
So
it was
nice.
my son just moved in across the street into an apartment, and so I saw the place yesterday. And it's like, wow, I was here last year.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different area over there, so it's pretty memorable.
Yes, it is. It is.
Cool. Well, I think we've got all of our folks. We've got people online on Zoom. We've also got streaming going on Twitter. So we
Beautiful.
should have a pretty good audience now that you're on, of course. Yeah, so Kavindra is going to be going first, and pay attention to his session because we're going to have a certification voucher giveaway. So I'll talk about it more at the end of Kavindra's session, but we'll have uh, a little contest there to see who can get the right answer to a question from his session.
And Daniel, I'm just trying to, I changed my computer just yesterday, and so I'm trying to get to share my screen.
Sure. Did you get a nice new one?
Huh?
Did you get a nice new computer,
No,
or is it?
with TDX, a lot of stuff going on, and I had internet issues with the other one. It was my Wi-Fi, so end up trying to, they end up finally sending it. Took a while. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yes, desktop one. Uh, secure privacy. Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody probably knows Kavindra. I don't know if he needs a introduction or not. Uh, but I think he's one of the main brains behind TrailheaDX. In fact, all these Trailhead events. So I'm going to go ahead and go on mute now, and if everybody else would do the same, and we're going to turn it over to Kavindra Patel.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to the San Francisco Bay Area DG Meetup. This is a special place for me. It's a special place in my heart because this meetup started more than a decade ago, and I was part of that birth that when that happened. So it's definitely, I always get excited when Daniel or Cynthia reaches out to me, and wants me to share whether it's about Dreamforce or TDX or anything else. So thank you so much. Appreciate for that. Um, also, um, just want to just share that I'm really excited about to be here, and hopefully I'll share a few things that will get you excited about TDX, and more details. I'll share more details in the coming slides. Um, my name is Kavindra Patel, and I head the Trailhead Strategic Events and Programs at Salesforce. I've been at Salesforce for about 13 and a half years, I think. Yeah, 13 and a half years. We started small in beginning. We started with only a few people in the developer relations team, or developer marketing team is what we used to call that, with about 4 or 5 people. And today it's transformed into this whole Trailhead organization with a lot of different audiences we serve, and also Trailhead, that's part of that. So just excited about where that is going. First, just want to thank you. Thank you for Daniel, Cynthia, and team to taking the leadership here in the San Francisco Bay Area with the Trailblazer community, and really leading that effort for a long time. So I really want to thank you for that. I want to thank all the Trailblazers who basically just continuing to basically move forward with their careers and really continue to learn a lot and continue to get skill up and develop solutions for their customers or their company or the partners. So really excited about what they are doing. Um, the So just a little bit TDX 20. So if many of you are not familiar with TrailheaDX, and there might be some new people here, TrailheaDX is the Salesforce's annual develop conference that happens every year around this time frame. And with COVID happening, we had to reevaluate what we were going to do with TrailheaDX, whether we were going to cancel it or whether we were going to transform into something else. And so after a lot of thought, we decided that let's create a virtual experience for TrailheaDX. For many of you who are familiar, TrailheaDX in-person event at Moscone West. Basically, we take a whole Moscone West and we have hundreds of sessions and hundreds of experiential activities that we do in the expo. Of course, we had to rethink how we can bring a little bit of that into a virtual event. And so after a lot of work, we are putting the final touches on TrailheaDX 20. Again, it's completely reimagined, a lot of live experiences, a lot of engagement. And the other thing is it's free. It's free, so you don't have to pay for anything. You just have to register at TrailheaDX.com and show up at 8:45 a.m. on June 25. Lots of surprises that we are going to uncover. The other thing is there is no boundaries. That means that if you have either moved from the San Francisco area to the other areas, or if you've got friends and peers in other cities, states, and countries, you can definitely encourage them to join, because it's going to definitely make a impact on not only your life, on their lives too. So I definitely encourage you to do that. Registration has been like skyrocketing. Our goal, we've more than doubled our goal for Reg, and it just a lot of stuff happened just because of all of you who've been telling others about it. So thank you so much for that. This just shows you just the audience types. So overall, historical TrailheaDX has been is different than Dreamforce. It's focused a lot on the intermediate and advanced developers. We also attract a lot of Salesforce admins. This year, we are also emphasizing a lot on architects, and then entrepreneurs also. So some of these numbers you see, you are going to see them change a lot this year, and you can expect, of course, the developer number to grow, admin number will grow, and most importantly, I think the architect number and entrepreneur number will grow also, because we are making sure that we provide enough content for all these roles, basically. So that's definitely going to be exciting. The values that TrailheaDX has, and I've kept these values for quite a few years, and it's not just putting some names of learn, connect, have fun, and give back on a piece of paper, but we live by that. With regards to learning, we're going to make sure that there is rich content, deep content, a lot of new announcements that happen. And so you're going to have a lot of things that you can do and skill up for the future with the learning value. And the connecting, it's virtual, but we're going to make sure that there's a lot of ways to engage. As you know, Daniel when you go in person at TDX, there's a lot of people connecting, networking, hugging each other. Well, with COVID, we're keeping a distance and we're going to stay virtual. We can do virtual hugs, but we're going to make sure that there's a lot of ways to engage with each other and with experts, and I'll share more about that. um, Having fun, we're Team Trailhead, and everything we do is with fun. So we're going to make sure that there is fun activities. We're going to bring Quest online so that you can participate in Quest and earn a special TDX badge, as well as some great prizes. And then give back, definitely. That's something we all do, not only us, but you all do that, giving back to others in the community, giving back to a cause during this time, giving back to others who don't even have food on the table. So we're going to definitely make sure that Salesforce will continue to show that through giving back in monetary and through other ways. So a little bit about the TDX20 program. We are going to have an amazing pre-show. Starts at 8:45 a.m. Make sure that you bookmark that, or you make sure that you put that on your calendars. The nice thing about the agenda builder this time is that we have an agenda builder for an online event. We made some enhancements, and there is a way you can add to your calendar. So you'll be able to pick any of the sessions or content that's available and be able to schedule them on your calendar. So pre-show is going to be amazing. We have an amazing entertainer that we're going to have. I'm going to leave the surprise for the day and not spoil the surprise right now. We'll have an amazing main show. So as you can see, we've kind of shifted our branding and words from an in-person event, like where we say keynote, we are saying it main show. Channels. So we've basically got a TV broadcasting mindset as we were developing this. Also, we are going to have 4 broadcast channels, 4 different audiences: developers, admins, architects, and then the 4th one is a combination of community and the Salesforce ecosystem. So 4 distinct channels where if you are interested in one specific channel, go for it. You can sit there through all the 6 hours of amazing content and skill up. If you wanted to jump around and pick the sessions you're interested in between all the different 4 personas, you can do that too. Again, Agenda Builder is the place to do that. We are going to have 36 amazing content episodes. Again, sessions change the word to episodes. Here, what we did is, we thought about how do you take 200 sessions that happen, or 2 to 3, 400 sessions that happen at TDX in person. How do you bring that down to only 36? And so what we did is we challenged our content teams, our product managers, and said, what are the top things that our attendees want to know? The other thing we did is we reached out to our Trailblaze and says, what do you want to hear from us? What are the top things, the burning things you want to hear? So we took all that and condensed it down into 18-minute segments, 18-minute episodes. And of course, when you add it all up, it's a 6-hour event starting at 8:45 a.m. We are going to have 4 Ask the Experts, and this is another way of how we engage with people. We're going to have product managers that are going to basically be there available to answer your questions. 50 demos, 17 sponsored demos, 9 circles of success. We made sure that circles of success was available because these are hot sessions that you don't want to miss out on. Again, the community reached out and shouted out loud that they wanted to connect directly to our executives and our product managers. So we created a true to the core session Again, this has been a popular session at Dreamforce, and we brought that in based on the request from the Trailblazer community. And we were on a different path for that 30-40 minutes we have, and we just shifted to Truth to the Core. And then we're going to have an amazing luminary session. Again, don't want to spoil the surprise, but talking about of course, racial injustice and just sharing more knowledge to our Trailblazer community. And then, so just let me share a little bit of the experience throughout the day, what you'll experience. So first of all, make sure that you register at TrailheaDX.com and make sure you get the invite, add your sessions and everything to your calendar through Agenda Builder. And then when you are, bright and shiny in the morning, when you get into the event, you will, first thing is going to be the pre-show hosted by our one and only Leah McGowan. It's going to be amazing morning as she opens that up. And then that will go into the main show where Sarah Franklin will be the host. We have amazing content lined up for the main show with some great announcements, especially for the developers. Many of you are waiting for some new innovations, and so it will be shared over there with some great customer testimonials. And then after that, after the show, we will, and that's about 1 hour, roughly around 1 hour, we'll then move into what we call a brain break. Jillian Bruce is going to lead that. She's going to be your host for throughout the day up to when the episodes finish. So she's going to talk about, of course, more details about the different episodes, the hot ones that you may want to switch there and there on based on feedback we get. Also talking about the 60 about 60 demos, on-demand demos we'll have, but they're just not on demand. We're going to make sure that there is a Q&A chat so that you can ask those product managers and engineers your specific questions, burning questions you have there and there, and get answers for. Also circles of success, as I mentioned, and sponsored demos. The episodes, as you see, as I mentioned before, we've got 4 channels, 18 minutes. So every 18 minutes, you will have a unique topic, and then it'll go into a short brain break, a very short brain break where Jillian will come back and she'll share more about different topics, and then we'll continue with the next set of episodes. One special thing we are doing is, or 2 special things. The first one is Ask the Experts. As you can see, there's Ask the Experts there for each of the channels, and we're going to have about 9 to 10 product managers in those Zoom rooms where you will be able to watch them, and all your questions that you've been actually submitting. The Trailblazer community team has been asking everyone for their in the Trailblazer community to input their questions into a doc. So anyways, we're going to take those questions and make sure that they are answered for the specific channel through those Ask the Expert rooms. Again, we're making sure that we connect you all with our experts, product managers, engineers, evangelists, to engage, create an amazing engagement and get your questions answered. The second thing that we're going to do, and many of you have been to TrailheaDX, I always like creating what I call the BSO, or bright and shiny object. We've done the big trailhead waterfalls, or we've done the tree. And of course, physically, we can't do anything right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to we have an expert out there who builds amazing structures. I'm not going to say what type of structure it is. I'll leave that for the day, but it's going to be an amazing structure that you will be familiar with it when you start seeing it build up. And Jillian is going to introduce that after the main show, introduce the artist and also about the objective, and you'll start seeing that structure being built up. Throughout, after every episode, Jillian will come up and she will, there's going to be a webcam directly to the artist at his studio where he's going to be building the structure up. So you will see the amazing structure being built up. And by the end of the show, the whole structure will be built up. The nice thing is you'll be able to interact by providing your input through social. And we got some surprises planned out for that. So you'll be able to participate that way. And again, you'll see what the results are going to be at the end of the show. And then towards the end, as I said, we have an amazing True to the Core session led by Brad Taylor, Parker Harris, and Sarah Franklin, plus a dozen of product managers who are going to be also available, again, to hear you, listen to you, and answer your questions. And then we'll close off with an amazing Luminary session, as I mentioned. And throughout the event, we'll have the Trailhead Quest, as many of you are familiar with it. We have a unique special TDX20 badge community badge we've created that you'll be able to get, as well as we'll have some great cool prizes as we always do for the event. And with that, I wanted to thank the sponsors. We wouldn't be able to do this amazing event without our sponsors. And the sponsors are going to be not only showing their logos like you're seeing right now, but on site they will be available through some sessions as well as through the demos, where we have a set of demos that you'll be able to see their solutions and also be able to ask questions or provide input to them about their products and solutions. And with that, I want to thank you all for giving me the time and be able to share a little bit about TrailheaDX. It's a taste of TDX20, which is going to happen this coming Thursday, June the 25th, starting at 8:45 a.m. It'll last about for 6 hours. I would definitely encourage you to tune in throughout the event and take advantage of it, because this is the first time we're virtual and we are making it for free to everyone. Otherwise, if it's an in-person, then you do have to pay for it. So hopefully that motivates you. Also, make sure that you do not forget your peers. Do not forget others who may want to have the same privileges you have to live in a Salesforce ecosystem and be successful. The pie is big enough. It's enough to share with everyone. So I definitely encourage to connect with your friends, your peers, others in other industries that want to have built up an amazing future for themselves. And you can provide that just by inviting them. That's all you have to do. And so they'll see for themselves what Salesforce is all about, what the Salesforce ecosystem is all about, and most important, what the Trailblazer community is about. Because without you all, we wouldn't be here. So thank you so much. Appreciate for your time. And over to you, Daniel and Cynthia.
Okay, yeah. Actually, Jody's been our amazing wrangler of questions from the group, and it looks like we've got at least one question. So, are you okay? Do you have a little time for some Q&A, Kavindra?
Always.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we have one question where, unlike real in-person TDX, you can't clone yourself and go to multiple sessions. But in our new reimagined TDX, is it possible to watch one channel live and see another one recorded after the fact?
So thank you for that question, Jody. And we knew our Trailblazer community was going to ask that question. So we are going to make sure that we have all the sessions available, specifically all the episodes, all the demos, and the 9 circle of success topics. I made sure that they are going to be recorded and be available. So it's going to take us, once the event is over, it's going to take us 24 hours. That's what I was told today. And that where all that will be available on TrailheaDX.com. So it's the same website. What we've done is we wanted to make sure that we continue extending the event experience into longer term and give it a longer shelf life. And so we're going to make that available. That doesn't mean that you should not attend and just wait until the videos come out. The difference is that we are making sure that we are putting our product managers, engineers, and evangelists at the fingertips so that you can get your questions answered there and there. And that is something that was something when we went virtual, we wanted to make sure that we do that, because that's one of the main reasons why you all come to TDX, because you want to not only see the product managers, but you have your burning questions and you want to get them answered. And so besides the June 25th event, we will make all the content available on TrailheaDX.com soon after.
Great. So you found a way for us to be able to clone ourselves and see all the content. Perfect.
That's right.
Okay. Any other questions? Go ahead and pop them right in the chat.
I have a question. I have a question, and maybe the folks can add it to the chat. What are you most excited about? Maybe a specific session or specific topic or specific area. What's the most thing you're excited about for TDX20 or overall? TDX, a lot of you have been coming to TDX, others not, but just wanted to hear what you're excited about. And the second thing is, if you're excited about that, go on Twitter and share what you're excited about.
We had somebody comment they're excited about Einstein, AI, and ML. Einstein's a favorite of mine, so always excited about Einstein. Some new developer features. Thanks, Daniel. Product announcements.
Yeah, and we're going to definitely have a few Einstein episodes and demos as well. And announcements, we definitely, we are already ready for the day. And I know many of you are, because then you can start playing around with it or utilizing those technologies, in your work.
Yeah, I see Puneet posted a link to a session, Improving Quality of Life, Apex Updates to Ship Better Code Faster. And this is with Chris Peterson and Kevin Poorman. So this is it's a new language operator coming in winter 21. So people want to know it'll be like a developer surprise for us.
One other thing while the questions are coming in is wanted to share is as we one thing we kept on the forefront as we are even doing this virtual event at the TDX is that we Salesforce, as you know, we're definitely aware of what's going on in the world. It's like COVID is happening, but then how do we get back get back to business, right? To work and so on. And not only us, but all of our customers asking the same thing. What do we do? And that's one of the motivations where work.com was built up so quickly because of our amazing platform. It was built up in a very short time frame, and there's a lot of information, news, and stuff around it that you can check out. But we are going to make sure that we, in the main show, we bring that that we also regards to what is happening currently in the state um, of the current situations in our country. Going to make sure that we uh, we have a message around that uh, for the event. And then, of course, a lot of things, as you hear about the different technologies and products and so on, there'll be a mindset of how do we do this, living in the current situation, right? How do we do this, and how do we work on this, and what do products or technologies or clouds do we take advantage of it? So stay tuned for that as we kind of unfold the event.
All right. Any more questions? I've got a quiz for a certification voucher prize if nobody else has any more questions. All right. Well, if you do have any more questions that come to you, after the session's over, post them in Slack. Kavindra may come in there and answer them. I know he's joined our Slack workspace, so
yes, I will.
He's a busy guy, but maybe he'll see it in there.
Oh yeah, I will log in.
Okay, so as they're reimagining, so the way this will work is we've got this chat in Zoom. And so I'm going to ask a question, and then everybody needs to virtually raise their hand. And so you can do that just by typing something. You can type me, or you can put an emoji in there, like raising a hand or something. But don't put the answer in the chat. Just sort of raise your hand. So what I'll do is I'll ask the first person that responds, and hopefully they'll have the right answer. If not, we'll move to the next person. And make sure you get a hold of me. The best way would be to DM me in Slack, and I'll send you that certification voucher. But if you're not in Slack or you have any trouble, ping me on Twitter, email me, something like that. So,
Daniel, there will be instructions on how to redeem the voucher as well.
Yeah, it's all electronic, so pretty easy. Cool. Okay, and here's the question. So this conference has been reimagined from an in-person conference to more of a virtual, trying to use terminology that's more like a streaming video, like a Netflix or something like that. So as such, they've renamed the keynote from the keynote to something else. So what have they renamed it to? All right. Edison, you're first.
Yeah, happy to give it a stab. I think it's renamed to the main show.
Yeah, that's it. Yay. All right. Are you in Slack?
I am, yes.
Great. Yeah, just DM me there and I'll send you the information for probably maybe during this session or shortly after. I'll send you the information on how to redeem it. Are you interested in getting some Salesforce certifications?
Yeah, I'll love to work towards the Salesforce administrator certification.
Yeah, nice. And right now, there's a lot of prep webinars and so on available to get you up to speed. And then there's also certifications that are happening online, I think. Yeah, so take advantage of it.
Nice.
Definitely will. Thank you so much.
Okay, well, if you're on Periscope, give Kavindra a bunch of hearts, and if you're in the chat, say thanks. And I don't know, maybe if a couple people even want to go off mute, we can give them a real round of applause too. Thanks, Kavindra.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks,
Well,
Kavindra.
okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you.
Bye.